What's up, guys? Welcome back from this long week we had back in Equip. We are live again. Thank you guys for tuning in to Landscaping to the Point. I'm here with my host right below me, JC. JC, welcome to the show. Josh is having internet problems. It's something with him, still running on that AOL. I think that's his biggest problem. He needs to get rid of AOL in the first place. So if anybody knows of a good internet company that's not AOL, let me know, because Josh definitely needs some help. Definitely needs help on that.
He needs to stop with the AOL. That's so 2001.
I know. It's either that or his mom's cutting off the internet or something. Like giving him a time restriction or something. It's weird. Like every other week, it seems like it's gone.
That might have been 1998, 99, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was AOL was 98, 99. I want to say. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah.
Some of our viewers were probably not even born then.
No, I don't think they were. A lot of them probably weren't.
Crazy.
It's one of those things, man. Like, wow, that was way back. I know that was probably when you were like 5 and me like 3.
For me, that was like yesterday. I still remember dialing up on 56K on AOL and
dude,
the AOL Instant Messenger.
Yep. That was one of them things. It was definitely weird. I'll tell you that much. I don't miss it, and I'm actually glad the way everything's changed in the future. So,
man. So tell us about this past week, man. I see a lot of people. I saw a lot of people online this week on Instagram and all the social media outlets. Again, the Equip Expo. Man, I super missed out this time around, but I got to keep up with some of the people that were down there, checking out all the booths that were at the event and seeing everybody networking, and it seemed like it was such a great event.
Yeah, it was a real great event. I want to say thank you to everybody on Instagram that's watching, or if you're listening to us, Red Rock is on Instagram. He was there, so it was kind of good to see a lot of people there that listened to our show, and a lot of other people that was there. Yeah, he said he was so tired, but it was good. Yeah, I think we were all tired. I know the one night Wednesday, we kind of went and did the race in the morning, me and my wife. And we were on that show floor from 9 in the morning all the way. Yeah.
Red Rock. Yeah. How was the race?
It was good. It wasn't as cold as a couple years ago. So it was actually nice, to be able to run it. And, the hardest part's going up that hill. Going up that hill, that going up there and then kind of coming down, it goes real fast. So, but yeah, the race was good. It, and then you sit on the floor all day. I think Wednesday when we got back, we went and had some dinner, and me and the wife just kind of vegged out and went to bed early. I think that was one of the earliest nights we fell asleep. So
nice.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of new stuff that was there. It was actually good to see a lot of people there. Red Dog Supplies was there. She was there. There was a lot of things there. There was giveaways up the crap hole. There was just so many giveaways. It was amazing to see how many different giveaways there were, how many new things that were out there, and I think the biggest thing you take away from it is just so much networking. I got to meet some great people, some brand new people that literally listen to our show, watch us left and right, and it was just amazing to talk to them and, get a little know more about them. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, I was interested. Shout out to Cujo, who sponsors the podcast. I was interested to see what new products they had at the expo.
Yeah, if you checked out one of my posts, or if you haven't, go back. There's a post that they did. They came out with a winter pant. So yeah, definitely shout out to Cujo. They had some winter pants that they had tested by some guys up in New York, and Josh would love them because they're going to keep his legs nice and toasty, and when he's out there actually shoveling once in a while, because he barely gets out of his truck to shovel. So, but yeah, them are amazing because they're nice and warm. They're flannel lined. They're water resistant. They got 2 different colors. They got a black and they got a tan pair because you get that salt on your legs, man. That's gonna definitely make that black show up white. And who wants to get that quick a whitening out of it? So, yeah, that was one of the good things I seen was one of that. And then, there were some new mowers. There's
So
a lot of new mowers.
I got a quick question, and this one goes to Josh. Since we just finished. Well, they just finished up the Equip Expo. It's never too early to ask. Are you going next year?
Yes. Well, let's do this now, Josh. Let's plan it now so we can get this, lined up. Get you on a plane, like say the day before, because I know you wanted to be there. There was a lot of people. I attended an event that you would have been perfect for you to be there.
I will go next year.
He's still messing with that, Okay.
There you go. You heard it first.
We're gonna book you a room. Yeah. We're gonna book you a room to make sure you're there.
I will be there next year. Don't worry.
You're gonna have to take this sound clip from the podcast and just constantly put it out on social media.
Yeah,
I will be there.
I will be there.
Accountability clause right there.
Read my lips. Yeah. No new taxes.
Oh yeah, yes. There was dude, one event I attended was all snow professionals. You've seen some of the pics. I mean, there was some really great guys there that, dude, you would have loved to talk to because I know you wanted to talk to them. But they will be coming on the podcast eventually here. Nice. And so, be on the lookout for them. So, I mean, there's a lot of new stuff that you would love to see, dude. I'll tell you that much. Especially with you being a snow guy, Yeah.
I saw some of it. I didn't see a lot of the equipment displayed on the the Instagram stories and stuff. More just people with selfies, but I know there's a lot of new stuff out this year through some of the manufacturers, the snow manufacturers.
Oh yeah, there is and that's the funny thing about it is they were spread all over the place. They opened up a new wing this year, the West Wing, which had a lot more. How would you say? A lot more hardscaping, a lot more lighting, a lot of more equipment that over there too. So it was nice to have, I think, a new variation of people to be able to see stuff ahead of time before you get into the main big show. So, and dude, there's being in the one side, which is all hardscaping mostly, it would have just blew your mind just walking through that because you could have picked out what companies you wanted to really work with from the future on. I know you work with a certain company, so I mean they were there. So, but yeah. The Red Rock says the outdoor was even bigger this year, and they said there was 30 acres. I remember going back and I was talking to someone when I first started going, it was only maybe 2 acres that was outdoor area, and now you're up to 30 acres. The place is getting so huge that eventually you're gonna have to figure something else out because it's gonna get just so crowded and so much outdoor area. I can't believe this, But yeah, I had a good time. Missed you guys being there. But yeah, there was a couple people looking for you, JC, and nobody was really looking for Josh. They don't even know who Josh is.
Nope. They gave up on the fact that he isn't going to show up.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh yeah,
the radar, man."
Yeah. They're like, Josh who? We've never heard of no Josh Caravans. Yeah,
I fly under the radar, dude.
Yep, yes, you are. But you're getting big time. So I want to say congrats. Josh has got some big news. So Josh, let's hear your big news here, buddy.
So we were just hired to come up with some green infrastructure design and planning for City of Boston, the Boston Public Libraries, for a bunch of branches. So I don't have all the details worked out yet. I got meetings with the city coming up in the next couple of weeks, but we'll be working, part of their Green Alliance plan that the city's structured to try to, cut back on climate control and whatnot. So it's exciting. I've never, I don't know if we'll get to build, but to implement the plans and draw them out and, see what comes on. And, it's exciting to see, that our designs might come into action, whether we build them or not.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. That's such a big, plus in your business. I mean, to be able to just be able to have the backing and just be able to go through and just give the right plans and do it the right way too. So yeah, definitely congrats, man.
How do
Like
you go about doing the layout and design, like the architecture? Do you do that yourself, or do you like have other guys on your crew that do it?
that really depends on exactly what they want. So we're kind of vague on the details. Again, I got to have meetings, but I have design software that I can do the architectural stuff. But depending on what they want and the scope of the plans, um, my ability is limited in the design aspect, especially when it comes to like the structural stuff that I don't really follow or complete. So anything that's out of my realm, I'll probably just reach out to a designer.
Nice.
That's interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, have you used designers before, and then you kind of figure out all the pricing and all that?
Yeah. So I've done designs. I've done like small engineering plans, and then we just got if they want the pricing, we'll give the pricing. But how municipal bids work is usually we get them the planning and we give them an idea of what the contract's worth. It'll go out to bid, and it's usually the lowest qualified bidder will get the job.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, you have any ideas yet on what you want to do?
It's gonna fall probably. I mean, I got a ton of ideas, but again, it's all with what they want to spend. A lot of them will be bioswales, storm drains, drought resistant plants, rooftop gardens, green gardens.
Wow.
We'll incorporate some solar lighting into it. Rain barrel irrigation, recycle water irrigation. So things like that. Keep it short and simple. Things are easy to maintain because, like, I'm sure you guys have seen, like, municipalities, they'll invest hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars into certain infrastructures, and it's not maintained, and it goes to shit within 5 years. So the idea would be something more realistic that can be maintained over the year on maybe a lower cost maintenance contract. So
It always
lots
interests
to
me.
put.
Right. It always interests me on the green spaces on the roofs. How do you go about doing something like that? Is it
Lightweight plants, obviously drought resistance. You don't want heavy moist soil on a rooftop, especially when they're gardens. But I mean, you crane them up or you elevate them up and you throw them up there. I mean, a lot of the times you will work with a designer at a nursery to throw that, see what you have. For pollinators, it's resilient. It comes back. Non-invasive species in New England, we want to use something that may not be native plants. I know they want some native, but a lot of Massachusetts native plants are highly invasive. So,
okay? Okay. So do you put trees up there? I mean, I've seen a couple places that have had trees up there. Is it easier to put them in like a big container or
you
is
bring
that
them up. I
something
mean,
that
typically even like new construction. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that shit you're going to crane up. New construction that's priced into the contract when you're doing the pre-bids, and you'll put them into a
okay.
container. You'll have drainage built into them. There'll be Aggie in there, and usually they go into, you don't see it, but there'll be a storm grate system underneath, whatever your pavers or your trucks be on a roof. Those things drain into a gutter system that obviously drop down for however many stories the building is.
Interesting. Very interesting. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, I think that's one of the things you're going to have to definitely take some videos and content of if you are definitely involved more into that. Because I'd love to see how it like gets up there and how it's all planned out. Because that's definitely interesting to see when you go up to a rooftop and see like plants and stuff up there.
So, it's. I'm really hoping that we can get the bid, depending on how deep into the scope we go with this and the designs. Um, Obviously, I'd like to build my own design, because I envision it. I want it done exactly how I see it. So obviously, that it's fail proof. It's kind of an insurance policy, but it's not always the case with these type of bids. So,
Right. But I mean, you're on the foregrounds of it, so pretty much let's hope that you get everything all the way through. So that would be the awesomest thing. So, yeah, sweet. So, okay, so now we've got some ketchup going on. So, why do they call it ketchup? I mean, from what I gathered, ketchup was, cats up. Like I spelled in the thing. So why did they change it? Why, from what I gathered, and why do they change the colors? I'm
Uh,
always weirded about it, like when they do green ketchup and yellow ketchup and mix different things with it.
it's funny because I had hot dogs earlier today, the food type,
Right.
and had to clarify that. But yeah, I had. All right, so I don't. There's many different ways to. There's actually two different products, right? Because there's catsup and ketchup. Are they two different things?
That's what I'm wondering.
And mustard is naturally white, but they purposely dye it yellow so it's not confused with mayonnaise. I know that's a random fact that I know, but I just for some reason I know it.
So I can tell you the ketchup. I don't know if it's a Greek. It's like a fish sauce in another country, and
Yeah,
I think
sauce.
it's like a
Fish sauce?
tartar sauce or a fish sauce in another country. That's like, I think it's pronounced ketchup, but it's spelt differently. I don't know if that's where they adapted it from when it became Americanized, and tomato sauce went out over here. But
Right.
I'm not sure what country it's from, but I know it's like a tartar sauce or a fish sauce.
That's very interesting. I mean, Brightstone that says there's 57 reasons why it's called that. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, I get that they have 57 Heinz 57 sauce, but like, what do they really put in there? Is there 57 ingredients? I mean, it's kind of always wondering, just kind of like Dr. Pepper. They got the 23 ingredients. Like a lot of pop
KFC,
has,
18 secret ingredients.
yeah. I mean, just because you got to put 23 ingredients on it, I don't get why you have to put 23 on it. I mean, makes me think of like Michael Jordan sponsored it, because it's Michael Jordan's Dr. Pepper 23. So maybe that's why.
Did you know on the Heinz glass ketchup bottle, there's a little, I think it's a little number 57, whatever it is. It's put there for a reason, and it's so that when you tip the bottle upside down to pour the ketchup, you hit it on that spot, and that more ketchup comes out. Another random fact.
That is interesting. I heard if you put baking soda with ketchup, it'll explode too if you shook it up.
Josh, I'm sure you've done that at some point in your life.
Nah,
Yeah.
never.
He did dry ice bombs.
Yeah, he did. Oh, dry ice bombs? I've never heard of that, Josh. You're gonna have to inform me on more on this one. I mean, that must be something new, dry ice bomb. So, it's different. Very different. Very different. I don't get it myself.
Hey, how come someone told me it's un-American to put ketchup on a hot dog?
I heard that too.
That's some Chicago shit. When I went out to Chicago to Echo, and they gave me a hot dog with like peppers and fucking tomatoes, like a sausage, like you would get from the sausage guy here, Jay. I asked Bob for ketchup, and everybody like gasped when I asked for fucking ketchup. I'm like, you don't put that on a hot dog. I'm like, where in the fuck in the world do you not put ketchup or relish or mustard on a hot dog? You don't put peppers and onions on a fucking hot dog.
Yeah, I had one today. I had ketchup, mustard, and relish on it.
That's what I mean.
Right. I think everybody likes it differently. I mean, I like it with, coleslaw and pickles. And I mean, that's more way I like hot dogs. I mean, that's kind of, everybody's got a different way. Some people like it with chili, but a lot of people I know still use ketchup and mustard with their chili.
Yeah. Josh, you ever go to Hot Dog Annie's?
Yeah.
All right, we're going next weekend. For
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, okay. We'll see about that.
No. That's happening for sure.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's happening Saturday. Get ready. You're not working.
Get ready Saturday. Yeah, sure. You better pencil it in now because it's not going to happen.
I don't mess around when it comes to Hot Dog Annie's. We're going.
Oh, sure you are. It was actually, one thing was very interesting when I was at Equip. I met Nathan from Nathan's Lawn and Garden out in Australia. So it was actually very interesting because, there's a guy here that's following us, and he's from Brazil. That he's on Instagram today. So it was interesting to sit down and talk to somebody that's from a different country that everything's different over there. He's from Sydney, and he was telling us about a lot of the yards are so small that they don't have big mowers there. They're all small mowers, and they're all under 21 inches. So they're usually like a 16 or an 18 inch, which is weird as all heck to have that small of a mower over there. But he said there's not really a need for big mowers over there because the yards are so small. So it was actually interesting to talk to somebody differently from a different country. And I think it is always different to actually network with people from other countries to kind of get to know what's going on over there. You know, like he goes, you guys are drive on the wrong side of the road. I said, what do you mean? And he's like, you don't drive on the right side of the road. You drive on the left side of the road. I said, no, you don't. And he's like, yes, you do. And it was like, it was pretty funny to interact with him. And actually, you know, like he was saying, I always thought it was funny because the toilets are swirled the other way down there. And he's like, yeah, he goes, why is the water swirl the wrong way here in the toilet too? And I'm like, I don't know. That's just the way it's always been over here in America. So
was this his first time in the States?
Yes, it was. It was his actually first time in the States, and he's actually still here in the States. So Nathan, if you're watching or you're listening to it, man, it was very interesting and to be able to talk to you and it's, you know, do some things with you. So he's still doing stuff here in the States. I know yesterday he went to one of the worst spots in Indianapolis, so it was actually pretty cool to see that he did that, you know. But yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. You come from Australia and you go to the Midwest.
Yeah, like, he went. He went through what is it, Kentucky? He went up into Indiana. He went all the way to Chicago, and he's going to come back through Ohio and before he flies back out tomorrow. I think on Tuesday or something like that. He flies back out. So, yeah.
Josh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were a foreigner and you had to fly to the United States for the very first time, and you could only pick one place to go, where would you go without knowing anything about it?
Wait, knowing anything about where I want to go?
You've never been to the United States before. You've never seen Boston. You've never seen any, like the Midwest. You've never seen nothing. But you're going to the United States for the very first time. And the only thing you know about the United States is it's just stuff that you hear on the movies and TV and in the news. Where are you going?
New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like New York is like the international capital of the USA. People don't give a fuck about like Washington, but I really think that it's, you know, it's the fireworks. It's what people see when they think of other countries. It's because of Broadway. It's the life there, the characters there. You know, like people don't, you know, I always ask, people say they go on vacation in Boston. I'm kind of like, what the fuck? Like, why? I get it if you're here, like, it just seems odd. But I feel like, you know, like New York or LA, New Orleans, Miami, those are kind of like your destination spots. But I feel like New York, worldwide, you know, people from like dirt floor, third world countries know what New York is.
Right.
That's where they usually go first, I think.
But I mean, like, listen, I like New York.
Right. Brightstone just came in with his joke of the week. What do you call a cow in an earthquake?
What?
A milkshake. I tell you what, Brightstone, I mean, we're gonna have to get you a little segment on here if you keep telling me these jokes, man. I tell you what. Yeah, but I mean, so if you, let's say you're coming over to America and you went to New York, what if you had to choose somewhere else besides New York? Would you go to a small town somewhere, or would you go to a bigger city?
I mean, you probably, as a foreigner, you're probably not going to know where the small towns are.
Right.
I would probably say for myself it'd be LA, but
interesting. Brandon the Booker says the only thing I know about Boston is apparently we all have a cousin there.
Yeah, cousin from Boston.
Cousin from Boston. Yeah, I think we all do, right? Even I do. I mean, you never know.
I do.
So JC, if you had to come over here, where would you go?
As a foreigner to the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably LA.
LA?
Yeah, probably LA. Yeah. I think New York and LA are probably the two big cities where people kind of are more observant for. I think because of Hollywood and stuff like that, more foreigners are probably prone to go like to New York or LA, just because a lot of movies and stuff are shot there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot, like you said, a lot of people know the bigger cities. So a lot of people are going to go to like Miami or New York or LA over anywhere else. I mean, that's one of the things I think a lot of people think when, if you're coming from another country, that's where you got to go see. So,
All right, how about this, Josh? If you were told you have to leave the United States and you could only pick one place to live, and it can't be anywhere in the United States, anywhere in North America, even, and wherever you go, you have to live there for the rest of your life. Where are you going?
Hey, hold on, my computer glitched a little bit. It can't be anywhere where?
Can't be anywhere in North America, and you have to leave North America, and you have to move somewhere for the rest of your life. Where are you going?
ASAP.
Spain.
Spain.
I don't think we're ready for you in Spain, man.
What would you do in Spain? Let's say that. What would you do in Spain? What kind of job would you do in Spain?
What kind of job would I do in Spain? I don't know. I'll probably do something with masonry over there, man. A lot of masonry over there.
I wouldn't.
Maybe I'll be a tour. Maybe I'll be a tour guide.
Tour guide.
He'll change his name to Josue.
Josue.
No, Joshua.
Oui, oui.
Oh my gosh. What about you, JC? Where would you go if you could go? You had to go and literally drop everything and start all over.
I think you know my answer.
Yeah, I know. Japan.
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Would you do lawn care?
No. I don't know. Maybe I'd work for like Echo or like Yamabiko or somebody.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I think that would be interesting.
I'd probably work a whole different type of career over there.
Right.
But it's just so hustling and bustling in the big city. I mean, there's rural areas over there too, but what about you?
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be different. I definitely wouldn't go to Australia. I've heard weird things about that because of some of the animals there. I think it would have to be like Italy or Poland, somewhere, where I have, roots from family way back. I think that would be the better for me. Job wise though, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of definitely weird. Maybe I'll be I don't know, maybe like a rock star or something over there. Maybe start a new band or something. Definitely would be different. Change it all up.
Josh is going to South Korea. He's going to start a pop band.
Oh yeah, he is. He's gonna start the K-pop.
The South Street Boys.
Yeah.
I feel like any foreign country where they don't speak English, I feel like I'm gonna stick out a little bit. Just when I open my mouth.
Yeah, just a little bit, especially with your accent. I think your accent is gonna give you away. Definitely it's gonna be one of those things. Brightstone says, what state is known for its tiny beverages?
What state?
Yeah, it's known for its tiny beverages.
No idea.
Is that a joke or a fact?
It could be both.
I don't know. Why?
Minnesota.
Ah.
Very good one, Brightstone. Very good
Like
one.
fucking dad jokes galore over there.
I know he's got another one too, but he said two guys walk into a bar. The third guy ducked. I can see your guys doing that, Josh. I really can. You would be coming up the rear and just be like, duck. Okay. Yeah. Oh. It's very interesting. We got a lot of people on today. Got some great jokes.
You know, it's funny. Josh writes down all the empty promises I give him. Like, I was like, "Hey, man, we got to go to a baseball game." Never happened.
No, never happened. You know, you said you were gonna go to take him to,
No, we're going for sure
this year.
I
No,
can't say
never
no to
happened.
that place. That's my that's my guilty pleasure is that hot dog Annie's place. And I don't know, Josh, have you been to Coney Island yet?
No, that's one place I've been
All right,
dying.
so we're hitting both of those up. And we're gonna get your take on which one you think is better.
See, I'm like a little kid here. He's getting my expectations up, and he's gonna break my heart. I feel like he's like a deadbeat dad that keeps.
Hey, sport. Hey, sport. I'm gonna take you out to a ball game, and you're waiting on your front stairs. And
Look, at least my dad just disappeared. He didn't fucking make all these empty promises. Like Jesus Christ.
Josh has been sitting on the stairs, and it turns dark, and he's still waiting for me.
Sitting there with my baseball glove, throwing the ball up in the air. He's coming for me.
Oh my gosh, I can see that. Well, which place would you go first? If you could go to either one, JC, which one would you go first? Coney Island
probably gonna have to go to Hot Dog Annie's because it's closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you get?
Hot dogs, dude.
Yeah, but what kind? Would you get them fully loaded? Would you get them like?
So you got to do at Hot Dog Annie's. You got to do both because they have two different dogs. They have just the barbecue one, which you have to try because it's not like regular barbecue sauce, and then just get the regular hot dog. And then at Coney Island, you got to go with you order it like I'll have 3 up. 3 up means you have the whole everything on it with the chili sauce, the onions, all that stuff, and then just get a regular dog. So compared to 2, and then
can you go 2 up?
Yeah, you can do 2 up. You get 2 hot dogs with everything on it.
Oh, okay. So you go 3 up would be 3 hot dogs, everything on it. Okay.
Right. Okay. That's how you order it. They'll kick you out of the place if you don't order it that way.
I see. So up means everything on it.
Right.
Okay. See, I'm new to this. You guys have this weird sayings and stuff over there. We just say everything on
it. I say that they're apple and oranges. You can't compare the two. They're 2 different styles of hot dogs.
Well, apples and oranges you can compare. They're both fruits.
Yeah. But
different
types.
Yeah. I mean, so they put barbecue sauce on the hot dog, or
it's unbelievable.
Wow,
it's unbelievable. Yeah.
Interesting. Josh, you ever have hot dog with barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I love barbecue sauce.
You love barbecue sauce? Yeah, I like it on chicken and stuff. It's just not hot dogs. I don't know. I've never had it that way, so
I put it on my steak and cheese subs too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So, what's your plans for the rest of this season, Josh? Are you ready to go for the snow now that's coming in next week?
No.
Yeah.
No. We gotta stop fucking hauling ass. We still have a bunch of work to do for the landscape season, and then at the same time, kind of start transporting stuff. I gotta get equipment out the sites. I'm supposed to do pre-inspections of all of our lots. I'm very particular with taking my time, and as I stake the properties, I take a lot of photos of any damage, document them just for liability wise. Because you get so many scam artists with some of these management companies or local management companies. They try to pin it on you. For instance, we did like a quick training seminar at our locations in the North Shore, and just walking, we were noticing the damage that we didn't notice throughout the landscape season. It's significant, so it's going to take a while to document these, and then probably have to put them on a thumb drive because the amount of photos we got to take, instead of uploading them, saving them on a computer. But it's going to be hauling ass between now and Thanksgiving.
Okay. So, you take a lot of pictures, you said. Did you ever think about, I know there's company cam where you can upload your pictures and all that shit. Do you ever think about getting into a program like that to where you can connect it to all your guys so it's easier to do, or?
So I just started playing around with Yeti, which is a snow software. I don't know enough about it to really get into it, but I know that they do have, you punch in specific sites and you can have your task, and it is specific to snow companies. you know, and we got it for before and after just because now we're spread out so far with commercial sites. I can't be on every site, so at least this way I'm able to see our customers able to see what's done. It's also like a liability clause where, like, you know, we can show that we salted, we shoveled the walks, it was plowed when we were there. You know, we type in weather conditions, ground conditions, all that, and there is an option for a pre-inspection. I don't know how many photos I'm actually able to upload. I know on the service side of it, I can upload to 20 before, 20 after, but the pre-inspection, I probably need about like 60, room for 60 photos each property.
Okay, that's interesting. That's probably better for you, so that way you can document everything, and then everybody can see it, and works out probably better for you that way in the long run too.
Yep.
You know,
So I'll start playing with Yeti a little bit more, and then I'll have some feedback probably after the season.
right?
Put it on. You know, price points, right? It's $50 for the package that I picked. You know, I think the next tier is um it's one of those you got to call and set up a consult, so it's probably a percentage. It's like I think like LMN now is like a percentage of your revenue
Right.
when you go into that top tier. Like a lot of them are doing that now.
Right, right. So here's a good question. I was talking to m- one of the guys at Plow Rights Marking Stakes at an event that they had, and it was kind of interesting because I know I've done this in the past. I don't do it anymore, but do you mark certain things different colors? Like if there's like say if you're doing like somewhere where there's a fire hydrant, would you put a different like marker, like fiberglass marker out to that area?
Nope, because it's the same
Okay.
guys that are plowing the same spot. And the reason why we do the walkthroughs, like we just the last week on one of the so we break our service series up into districts. So like our North
Okay.
Shore is District 2, Lowell and Tewksbury, which are area we covered, District 1, Cambridge, Boston, District 3, and then broken up into zones in between. But it's we're site specific, so I don't route a lot of stuff. I do have a couple of like pharmacies and small storefronts that are routed with the truck, but again, same guys are running that route. So I'm very,
Right.
very um careful to make sure I keep the same guys on the sites. That way they know what's where, and there's no need to do the color coding. Although it is a good idea. Um, we did switch the um reflective snow stakes over to like a reflective green. We did that back when we were doing driveways, so subcontractors would know, hey, this is how many times you get a guy that either works for you subcontracts, he thinks he's got the right address, which is it's understandable. You know, it's black, it's pitch black out. You know, someone doesn't leave the light on, you can't see the address, they plow the wrong driveway, customer calls, my driveway never got done. So this way, at least no one in my area had the green stakes, so we started using those, and it was nice that guys could identify, hey, green stakes means, you know, caravans right there.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I've noticed like a lot of places are now doing that. Plowright's got a couple added two colors, I think this year, pink, and then they did a small run of black. I think it's very interesting that they did that because you know, it breaks it up if you know exactly where you know, your own properties. Because yeah, there is a lot of all the same orange out there. You know, and I don't like in our area we use blue, so there's not many companies that use blue. So it's like you said, it's a lot easier to know exactly what property is yours compared to everybody else's. So definitely, I think that if you can change it up, that's awesome. And I know they were talking about Plowright was talking about that in maybe in the future, trying to do like small, like 200 to 400, you know, of certain colors or mixed up colors, so that way people can kind of make it their own unique stake. So that way people can kind of actually know that that's your own property instead of you know somebody else's property.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing you could do is get like green and blue, and then mix them up, and then have like on one property have green, blue, green, blue, green, blue. You know, just kind
Right.
of.
Just don't
Yeah.
hire any colorblind guys.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be interesting. I think brighter colors would be nice. Maybe if you could add like, you know, maybe different reflectives on it, you know, like two, three, four, you know, type spins of reflective. Maybe that might help out. Or, you know,
Glow in
I
the dark.
know Markham. Yeah. I know there's a company that actually sells some that are more flatter, but they have their name on them, like down the middle of it that says, you know, Caravan Green on it, and you know, and it has their number in case you needed to call them for anything. You know exactly that's who's doing the plow. So I think that's pretty cool too. So
So the thing with all that, like the different colors, cool. Like even the green I got was, I think they were like 10% more cost wise,
Right.
is that you start getting into the cost. You know what I mean? And again, snow sticks are just one of those things you have to do them, and you do try to build them into your estimates, or hopefully try to build them into your estimates. But again, like the reason why people go for the orange is because you can get deals from them. Scott, we talked about it last week after being in the podcast. You can get a couple hundred steaks on Amazon for like $50, $100, in the orange, whereas,
Right.
like I think I got 2 boxes. I forget where I got them from years ago. I got 2 boxes of a couple hundred, and they cost me probably double or triple that, um, off the website I got them from, and then when you are getting, something a little cheaper on the colored side, they're usually cheap quality, where
Right.
they snap very easily, or when you start getting down into the 20s and teens, they're very braille, and you hit them, or snow bounces off them and they snap. So
Yeah, I think that's where I think it is. I mean, orange is definitely you can get a lot of cheaper prices on orange, and I think that's where a lot of people just buy them. I know like Menards over by us, a lot of people buy the fiberglass because it's usually once a year it's buy one get one free. So you're getting two of them for the price of one. So a lot of people stick with the fiberglass, and like you said, there's a lot of places that sell the fiberglass at a really cheap price. So it's always interesting to see that. So. Roll on, roll off is on there. Welcome. They're on
What's that?
Instagram right now. So thank you for being on. They build hook lift trucks and grappled cranes. You ever think of adding a hook lift truck to your thing to where you could switch out from uh dump truck to like flatbed, Josh?
absolutely, it's
Yeah.
actually it's in my plans after the new year to start actually sourcing and seeing what my options are. I do like the roll off idea, and I like the idea, like in the winter, of taking a truck like an international, and being able to get rid of a roll off and put a flatbed on there, put a big sander on with the flatbed. So I do like the change out. I do like the ability, if guys are doing like a brush job or a clean out in one of the properties, you can drop it there and go pick up another can and drop off materials from the job site. So I do like the variables of having a hook truck.
Yeah, I think they are pretty interesting. There was one at Equip, and I had one where it was the roll off container, and the other one had a flatbed with like a salt spreader. And I was showing my wife. I said, I think that would work out good because then you could literally, throughout, especially during winter, if you got, where you got a slow winter where there's some snow and then you don't, you can switch back and forth and say, okay, I'm going to go run. Do a dump of, some materials here or something, and then you still can hook up to that salt spreader and be able to run it out if you had to go salt a job. So I think that's, a good thing to look into. Definitely. JC, what would you have liked to see if you would have got to go?
I think I kind of touched upon it last week a little bit. I'm more interested in the smaller products, like the things that kind of make your daily routines a lot easier. Like your speed feed heads on your trimmer, or trimmer line, or just like kind of like accessories when it comes to that. Like obviously I always enjoyed going down and trying the new different mowers. Last year I had or not last year, last time I went, I had a lot of fun trying out the grasshopper mowers. I don't think a lot of people talk about those.
Right.
And up here we don't really see them too often, but out of all the ones that I've tried out, I've liked the grasshopper ones a lot better. Obviously, not knowing what the cut quality is behind them, because for those that have never been to the Quip Expo, you can't use blades on the property, so you don't really get a feel for how they cut, more so how they ride.
Right.
Yeah, just products like that, and obviously you find different things as you walk around that kind of catch your eye, but it's a lot of walking, as you know. Had I gone down there this year, I probably would have adopted a dog, but I that's definitely on my bucket list for when I do go back down there again. I definitely want to try to adopt a dog. I almost did one year,
Right.
but again, like how you started off the show, networking. I've always loved that. I felt bad that there's a lot of people asking me on my DMs if I was actually down there, and I'm like, no, I didn't go this year, but Now I'm starting to sound like Josh. I'm going to try to make it next year. I
That's all right. I
I
mean,
do
that's
have a
totally all
big
right.
trip planned next year. I got invited to a destination wedding, and usually I'd say no to those, but it's to Ireland, and
Ooh,
it's a
interesting.
good friend of mine. So I might definitely go to that because a lot of our mutual friends are going too.
Yeah,
So might plan that.
yeah, definitely. Like this guy says, it's all Rizzy.
Rizzy,
Yeah,
Rizzy.
it's definitely Rizzy.
I
Definitely.
will. I will say. I will say. I was following some of the drama down in the GIE Expo. I think Scott knows what I'm talking about. I sent Scott the
Yes,
link. Wanted.
that is a very, very, very interesting thing you just brought up.
So I
I don't
did
know.
figure it out.
I don't know if JC, if you knew what was going on. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw it out there. I don't care. They don't. I mean, both of them. I don't know if they follow me or not.
Who
Whatever.
gives a fuck?
I don't. I know. So you grow it, you mow it. Supposedly said something to Brian Fullerton about how he was gonna call him out for some stuff that he lied about. Okay, because he said he caught Brian Fullerton lying about something. So Brian Fullerton somehow got him banned from coming into the show, and if he did, he was going to get arrested.
What?
So yes,
Wait, hold on,
somehow,
hold on. Let me back it up for you because I got
yeah,
the details. And I usually don't give a
okay,
fuck about it, but it kept on popping up on my feed,
right,
and I don't follow either one of them, but it got interesting. So apparently, this started from a fucking YouTube video beef. You guys have seen SB, the guy that does the free lawn mowing. Yeah,
yes,
it's
I
not
actually
sure.
talked to him on Wednesday.
Yeah, so apparently he had a video where he was doing something. And I don't know if he was talking religions, and the dude Brian's lawn maintenance made a comment, kind of like condescending shit, like, "Oh, I guess God asked you to monetize too," or like kind of being a douchebag, you know. And
Right,
this dude, you mow it, you grow it. Big presence on social media, whatever. He's one of like type of influencer. I guess he was trying to defend SB Mo and we're basically saying, hey, talking shit, blah blah blah. It kind of got a little out of hand where he threatened him to throw hands when he says, when I see you, I'm gonna give you a whooping or something. And from what he uploaded, uh, the convention center, I'm going to call it that, with GIE's hold, asked him not to attend, that he was like informally banned or something, and
right,
because he threatened an employee. And I'm assuming because Fullerton was being paid by the brand, he's a brand ambassador. He's a
right,
brand employee. They consider him an employee. That he wasn't supposed to be on the premises. They SB, not SB, you mow it, you grow it. Kept on kind of taunting the guy. I guess he was outside riding around in a truck, kind of throwing his hands up. Being a little bit over the top with it, entertainment, obviously. And I guess at one point he sent one of his guys up to confront Brian's lawn maintenance. Uh, and I don't know what happened at that point. It was funny. The dude's wife got in front of like another girl that came up to talk shit and looked like they were gonna throw hands. So that's when I really started getting into it. And then at one point, I guess they caught on to him and cuffed him. Booked him, and I guess he was out not too much longer later. But I watched today, and apparently the dude feels stupid because I guess SB Mowing kind of dismissed it and said it wasn't his thing. Didn't back up you mow it, you grow it. So
jeez,
the guy you mow it, you grow it, kind of sitting there like a fool, acting kind of immature about the whole thing that didn't involve him. And I guess the guy had no problem with what Brian's lawn maintenance was saying. And again, I'm kind of just throwing what I've grabbed, but man, whole fucking drama. But part of me is like, I don't put it past these influencer guys to have this whole fucking thing staged just to bring some attention to the GIE and get more people looking on social media. So part of me is like, is this all bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
yeah. It was intense. I'll tell you, this is the first year that you seen cops around. And then somebody had told me that knows Spencer and said Spencer had bodyguards around him. Like he was worried that something was going to happen to him.
My thing is, if
Oh my God.
some grown
Yeah.
man, if another grown man on YouTube tells me he's throwing hands with me and he shows up and he approaches me, I'm beating the fucking piss out of the guy. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like you're not gonna fucking show up and try to threaten me or scare me. I'm not calling cops. I'm not calling
Yeah.
body. And that's
Yeah.
nothing to these guys that did it. You know, they might not be
Right.
confrontational. They might not want to fight, and I get that. You know,
Right.
but I mean, at the end of the
Man.
day, it's over a fucking YouTube video. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was stupid. I mean, he went to the concert too, and they kicked him out of the concert. They told the cops to come pick him up out of the concert when it wasn't. That's not even part of being at Equip, at the expo area.
yeah, I mean, he's blacklisted essentially. He'll probably
Right.
won't be get back in there unless these guys lift it. Yeah, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, the day and age you're in with all the crazy shit that happens, you never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I doubt he would have done anything, but
Yeah. It's just weird. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I think it's just come on. Like if you're that big of an influencer and you're worried about, getting beat up and you're gonna have the cops there, come on, dude. Seriously, like, or you gotta have bodyguards because you're worried about what's gonna happen. Come on.
over grass, dude.
Dude,
Right.
you know it's funny. It's such a coincidence because I heard that that there's going to be a charity boxing event at the Equip Expo next year. We should start that up.
See that would see that online. I think that would be interesting to have. Get a couple influencers in the ring or some influencers and some other people in the ring. And let them go at it for a little bit and see what happens. Some of these influencers probably wouldn't make it.
I'll start it up. I'll be the announcer.
Yeah, we just got to get
I'll
some
be the one to
backing.
fight. I'll fight. I'll jump in. I'll fight. I'll do a couple rounds with somebody.
We'll get a thing. Chris Beater.
Yeah.
Chris from Beater's Mowers Life is on Instagram. He's laughing his butt off over there. He said Brian would have got broken in half pretty much if this would have happened. So,
Josh,
I think it's just interesting.
I'm putting you up against Mel.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck that. I'm good. I'm good. My eyes clawed out. I'm all set.
Oh, it would be interesting.
You know what? It's entertainment. I mean, that's what those guys do. They're at the end of the day, like they're business owners, but at the end of the day, they're entertainers. You put your shit out there, people are gonna talk about it. That's why I'm not really talking about it because it did catch my attention, and I'm like following it. I'm watching the guy on whatever. You mow it, you grow it. Kind of just going through doing his own shit. But then yesterday, when I saw that he was kind of like, "What the fuck?" The dude I'm defending didn't want to be defended. It's like, wasn't your fucking business to start with, dude. Like you kind
Right.
of took it amongst yourself.
Was
But
this?
again, I don't put it past either one of these guys to do it for views, likes, credibility, monetization. I don't fully understand how the whole business aspect of being social media influencer or whatever works, but I'm assuming that you're driving people in and they're gonna start flicking through your content and seeing like me. I went on the guy's page and they probably watched like 6-7 of his videos just doing that, so we get the views on
Right.
that.
Well,
Was
yeah,
this-
it's about drawing followers in, drawing people in, like you said.
This didn't involve that SB Ninjas guy, right?
No, SB Mowing. It's Spencer from SB Mowing. He does videos kind of like Nathan's where he goes and cleans up yards
Yeah.
in America and does it for free.
Do you remember years back there was like a beef with like SB Ninja and somebody else or something? That same thing at the expo. Like they were like,
Yeah, those
Yeah,
little like hillbilly fucking douchebags that were going back and forth with one another. That shit was stupid. Like
Yeah.
one guy was claiming the other guy bought followers and shit. It just sounds so dorky. Yeah, you know what I mean? It really does. It sounds dorky.
It does. It does. I mean, I think it's just so funny that you gotta involve all that stuff, and like I think it was more for views and follows, and maybe there's some thing going between both of them, and they're really good friends, and they're like, hey, if you sponsor me, do this and say this, and we can kind of just build our followers up together, and benefit out of it together. The views too. That could be that way. I
Star Trek versus Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah. Next thing you know, it'll be Echo versus Still, fighting it out in the middle of the parking lot next year.
Nerdy boxing event.
Yep. Charity boxing. So who's game for charity boxing? Let's go.
Oh no,
next
but
year.
Josh wants to be a ring girl.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's fucking round 3, okay?
Let's get it on. What are you doing? Come
Dude, I
on.
told you, I'll volunteer to get in the ring with whomever, dude. Or do like a
All right.
charity. People gotta throw money and donate it. Whoever the wins, whatever little money gets collected goes to charity of the winner's choice.
I'm gonna have to think really who I would throw you in with. That would be very interesting to figure out who we would throw in there.
Hmm.
Oh, we could throw Mitchell Gordy. He weightlifts all day long.
The
There
fuck?
you
I
go.
don't want to weightlift, dude. What the fuck? Be a comparable person. I don't want anybody to just get out of the army, jail, or fucking that lifts on a regular dude. Jeez.
Come
First,
on. We're just trying to hook you up with the right statue of person to go up against. Come on.
Mitchell Gordy. I don't know. The fucking name sounds like it could hurt me.
Oh, you never know, though. You never know. Well, it was a good episode today, guys. I want to thank you guys for all watching and listening and commenting. We've had a lot of comments, so thank you guys for commenting. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it. Also, next year, Celebrity Boxing over at the Expo. You want to be there for that because Josh is going to be main event. So just wait. I'm going to get the card going. So thank you, Cujo, for sponsoring us this week and every week that they are. So if you need a good pair of shoes, boots, pants, and you never know, you might need a sweatshirt. So thanks, guys, and we'll all see you next week. Same time, same bat channel.